Welcome everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel Octane TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day.
Today we're going to be doing a remote start on this 2014 Honda Accord. This is a key start Honda Accord, not a push to start. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this piece here, and basically it goes all the way over to here, and then we're going to need to remove this piece, which will come out right here. So we're going to start with down here, there's a screw, we're going to remove that, and then basically we're going to pull this whole entire piece off, and then we're going to start with this piece and get this piece down. So here's this piece unsnapped, and then you're going to want to unplug. There's 1, 2, 3 plugs right there. You're going to want to unplug those, but this piece just unsnaps after you remove the screw down here at the bottom down here. Okay, now that we have this all removed here, you're going to want to go down right up into this hole right into there, and there's a screw inside of there. You want to remove that, and then there, I believe there's 2 screws on here. I'll check and see, and then this whole piece will pop down right here. Once you remove the bottom screw down there, you'll want to move up to here, and you'll want to take this top piece off right here, remove this top piece, and then you'll get to the 2 screws. There's one on each side. You need to remove those to get this bottom piece off. Okay, now we've removed this bottom shroud piece, which is down here. So that's what this looks like when you take it off. You want to be real careful about this metal piece underneath here. You got to be real careful about that on these Hondas. This is the main ignition column, basically right here. This is the harness that you're going to want to use to tap into for all your main wires. That's basically where you're going to get almost all your wiring for your main ignition harness. The rest of the wires, I'll show you those as well. Okay, so this is your main ignition harness with the thicker wires over here. There's a blue plug here and then a gray plug here, which this gray plug plugs in right here, basically. So you'll have this gray plug and this blue plug. It says it's a white plug, but it's actually this gray plug, because if you check the color codes that I'm about to post up, the color codes are exactly the same as this. So this is what we're going to use for our bypass and all of our data. So everything will be in there. So this is the only other harness we're going to use besides this. I don't believe there's anything else I have to tag into, maybe besides like parking lights. So this will pretty much do all of our data and bypass, and this will pretty much do all of our main ignition. Those are the 2 harnesses you're mainly going to need. Okay, so at this point, I've got everything wired up. Right over here is our main ignition harness, which I'll put the diagram up. Somebody's already wired something into this car. So basically there's your ignition, your constant ignition, accessory, starter, and second accessories all right here in this. The reason why I do not do it here, which would be much easier, is because it will sit underneath that shroud and it'll make it really hard to put the shroud back on. So I do it way farther down so that way it's easy to put the shroud back on. The rest of the parts are right here. Everything's all tidied up really nice down there. I test taped everything down. I'll show you the diagram of how to wire that up. You cannot T-tap these wires. They're too small. They're can high, can low. They're data wires. You do not want to T-tap them. So that's basically the only thing to do. I'll show you all the programming instructions and everything like that, but that's pretty much how it works. Now, on this card, it's a little different than most. You actually have to clone the key. So you'll have to do programming once, and then you'll have to take it back, put it back on the computer, and then program it again to clone the key. So this is a little bit more difficult than most cars. I also ran the remote, or the antenna for the remotes up to there. So that's pretty much it, and then everything should work perfectly for you. All right, we wired everything all up really nice. Zip tied everything down to this ignition harness right here. Got everything wired up back here, and then we actually hid the brain right back there. So we got it all zip tied up in there nice and neat. Everything's all out of the way. Can't see anything besides obviously right here. That's the only thing you'll be able to see, which we'll zip tie this up a little bit nicer right here, but that's pretty much it. ...2014 Honda Accord, remote start by Arctic Start. We also did keyless entry for lock and unlock, and trunk pop on this vehicle as well.